Have you ever thought that a single piece of fried chicken, crispy, golden, aromatic, could carry within it a dark chapter of American history? Sounds like a joke, right? But it's absolutely true. Every time you bite into a piece of fried chicken, you might just be thinking about the flavor, the grease, the satisfying crunch. But for many African Americans, this dish brings back memories of a painful time, a time when their ancestors lived in slavery. Surprised? Have you ever heard the story behind fried chicken before? Drop a comment below and let me know. This might be one of the most powerful weird food facts you'll ever come across. And if you've ever had fried chicken, from a restaurant, at home, or from a street vendor, have you noticed the differences? Everyone has their own memory tied to this dish. Share a small fried chicken moment of yours. Quick rehook here, it's been 30 seconds, but don't scroll just yet. Because I'm about to tell you how fried chicken once became a survival ticket in a world full of racial barriers and poverty. This isn't just trivia, this is one of those weird food facts that flips your perspective. Trust me, after today, you'll never look at this dish the same way again. Let's go back to the 17th to 18th centuries, when slave ships from West Africa arrived in the Americas. Black people were kidnapped from their homelands, sold into slavery in a foreign land. They were stripped of almost everything, their names, their freedom, their rights, but one thing quietly followed them: culinary culture. Back in Africa, people already practiced deep frying meat, though the ingredients, techniques, and flavors were quite different from the West. Once in America, black slaves were often forced to cook for white households, and in doing so, they encountered new ingredients, one of which was chicken. At the time, chickens were easy to raise, inexpensive, and didn't require much space. Although slaves weren't legally allowed to own property, some managed to secretly keep a few chickens behind their cabins. And from there, fried chicken became one of the rare personal luxuries they could prepare, enjoy, and preserve. Sounds like one of those weird food facts that's hard to believe, doesn't it? In a society where black people were treated as property, a dish made from chickens they raised themselves became a tiny symbol of freedom and self-determination. Here's something else not many people know. It was black women who perfected and popularized the American-style fried chicken we know today, from seasoning and breading to double frying for that signature crunch. That's what made fried chicken the soul of Southern cuisine. Ever noticed how fried chicken is always linked with terms like comfort food, soul food, or Southern food? That's not by accident. Each piece is the result of a long, complex history, where food wasn't just nourishment, but a means of survival. It's one of those weird food facts where the flavor is just the surface, and the story goes way deeper. Quick question midway, have you ever had a fried chicken dish you just can't forget? From a local shop, a family recipe, or a random street cart? Share that feeling. Who knows, maybe you're carrying a taste memory just like those before us. In the post-slavery era, fried chicken took on yet another surprising role. It became an economic ally for many black women. Shut out of decent jobs, they returned to the one skill they had: cooking. Fried chicken became their street hustle, sold at train stations, on street corners, or packed for long trips, a kind of homemade fast food. And here's a shocking truth, or should I say, one of the most bittersweet weird food facts in American history. During the Jim Crow era of racial segregation, black people were banned from dining in white-owned restaurants. So fried chicken, easy to pack, easy to eat on the go, became a survival meal during their search for freedom, work, or simply a better life. Just one fried chicken dish, yet it holds within it layers of struggle, tears, and hope. Doesn't that make you feel more emotional than hungry? And fried chicken is no longer just a dish, it's a bridge. At family gatherings, weekend picnics, or Sunday church dinners, fried chicken is always there. Not because it's cheap, but because it's familiar, comforting, and carries the feeling of home. Have you ever felt that way? Like there's a dish that warms your heart, as if it wraps up your childhood, memories, and the scent of your family kitchen all in one bite? If you have, share it in the comments, because those dishes often carry far more than just flavor. Fried chicken also reminds us of something powerful. In culture, no dish is ever just food. The story behind every meal, the ingredients, the hands that cooked it, the circumstances it was born from, these are all pieces that make up the identity of a community. That's why we love digging into weird food facts, because they're not just quirky trivia, they reveal how food can carry pain, pride, and resilience. Personally, I think, that's what makes the history of American cuisine both heartbreaking and magical. It's not just about food, it's about people. People who didn't have a voice, but still fought to preserve their identity, through every single piece of fried chicken. So the next time you sit down and bite into a piece of fried chicken, think of the black woman who cooked it under the hot southern sun. Think of the hands that secretly raised chickens behind their cabins, just to have a small taste of freedom on land that didn't recognize their rights. That's not sorrow, that's strength. And it's deep. Before we wrap up, what do you think of this journey? Has your view of fried chicken changed after hearing this story? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your honest reflections after listening. And if you enjoy podcasts like this, where food, history, and emotion intersect, and where even the most familiar dishes are revealed through powerful weird food facts, be sure to hit follow so you don't miss the next episodes. Every week, we tell another story, from a perspective that's truer, closer, and more human. Thank you for staying until the end. Truly, thank you for not just listening, but feeling. Share this video if you think someone else should know the story behind fried chicken. Who knows, your one share might be the bridge that brings this knowledge to someone who needs it. And remember, food may be fried in oil, but memory always soaks deep into the heart. And if you're still curious, here's one more twist in the story. In the 20th century, as fried chicken became commercialized by major fast food chains like KFC and Popeyes, its original roots were often erased. These chains capitalized on the deliciousness, but left out the context, the stories of survival and resistance behind it. This raises the question, when we consume a cultural dish without understanding its history, are we really appreciating it fully? It's something worth pondering. Every bite we take is more than just taste, it's a link to someone's journey. And that, perhaps, is one of the most important weird food facts of all.